and it says this hangout on air is live.
All
So
right.
yeah, here we are. This is Wmpyr. Joining me is Joe Volcanic from Volcanic's Playground. And today we're going to talk about your ideal weapon for a zombie apocalypse. All right. This is a very popular topic, right, Joe?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and definitely, I made a tag video before, and I'm sure lots of other people have. And my answer was this guy right here. This is basically a machete. The reason why I went with this is because, well, it's a machete. It's not. I don't think it's that difficult to find. Not that expensive, and it's expendable. You don't have to treat it like. I mean, a sword would be better, but a sword is more rare, and you're going to treat it like it's extremely valuable and stuff. But something like this, if it breaks or you accidentally lose it, not a big deal, and you might run across another one. So that's why I went with machete. But it has the features and characteristics of a sword. So
Yeah.
anyway, um, Joe, what do you think of that?
Machete's definitely a good tool to use. It's definitely a good skull cracker. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And it gives you the distance you need and stuff. Some of the stuff I was looking at too was alternate tools that would have multi-purpose.
Right.
You're going to carry that one weapon with you, and that's going to be the one thing besides your backpack you'll be running around with. You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
I was looking at some of these, mountain climbing pics, and I was playing the Walking Dead Telltale games, and there's a girl that uses it, and there's so many uses after playing that game. I was like, I would have to have one of these. And you can open up manhole covers, you can pull down fire escapes, you can tie a rope to the end of it and use it as a grappling hook.
Yeah.
It also has either in either style, like here you got the hammer or the spike pick on the other end of it. So
Right.
even the hammer tool would be a nice, just having a hammer,
Hmm.
to
For
break a
sure.
window. You know what I mean?
No, you bring up a good point. I thought, you see, one of the reasons why I picked machete was because, this is a multi-tool. It's not just a weapon. I mean, in
Yeah.
fact, most of the time it's not even a weapon. It's considered like, a tool for gardening, or, if you're doing bushcraft and stuff, you know, a machete can come in handy at like jungles and, different environments and terrains and stuff. But you picked a very, very interesting thing there. You said, what? Mountain climbing ice pick, right?
Yes.
Now,
Yes. I think you have me on the screen right now too.
okay, let's see if I don't know if that'll pop up because I don't see it right now. But yeah, that's a very interesting, because now that takes multi-purpose to a whole nother dimension. I feel that basically beats the machete as far as like being able to use it for so many different things, not just a weapon. That's a very fascinating answer, and it's something I haven't heard a lot actually. You were the first person that I heard that from. I got a lot of different answers, but I thought that was really, really cool. You hear the usual baseball bat. Sometimes put nails into the baseball bat. You
Uh-huh.
hear about things like that, but I heard sword. But man, I've heard shovel, like a spade, like World War One. Trench fighting type stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think what you said is really cool.
Yeah. I think it would be just, I could find so many purposes for it. And if you see like on the bottom,
Yeah.
all these have different things, and just what you could do with these is you know so many small things you could probably use that for.
Well, let's talk about it. First of all, the front part has like a blade, right? And because of all the serrations, I was saying that it almost looks like a praying mantis's front leg.
Yeah.
It's definitely designed for hooking, right?
Yeah.
But you could also, like, against a zombie, you could like stab their head in, and that's the important part, is you could get to the brain, right?
Uh-huh.
And
That
the yes.
I was gonna say that it also looks. I seeing the screw. It looks like that blade is movable. You can point it up. You can angle it down. You can hook it.
Oh,
So that makes it a little bit more useful in how you're going to use it as a tool. Whether
okay,
you're
okay,
killing or
yeah,
trying to hook something or grapple
right.
something. Or
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know about that. And then the other side, you said some of them actually have like hammer type.
yeah.
Yeah.
Here,
So
there's
once
like,
again, as an actual tool, but also for like bashing, the skulls of a zombie and stuff. Because
Mhm.
sometimes you would think that if the blade were to get caught, especially against a horde, that might be a bad idea. So you would want something where you could hit and then you can take off no problem. So maybe the hammer might be a better option in that case. What else is there on the thing?
they also have the hole on the bottom there. Most of them have a hole where you could hook a string to and probably use it as a grappling hook if you
Oh,
needed to.
that's right. That's right. Also looks like that bottom area could also be used for striking it in itself. It
Yeah.
looks kind of pointy down there.
Yes, and that, like I said, like as I'm flipping through these pictures, there's so many of them have different the way the bottoms are made are
Mm.
all different. Like, see, this one here has a hook that comes out with another hook, so you
Oh,
could
I
actually
see.
use that almost as a punching, But
Glass breaker, window breaker,
yeah,
right?
yep,
Yeah. Well, and the climbing aspect is very interesting because I don't want to say horde again, but sometimes you can't win them all. So if there's
yeah,
too many, just getting out of there might be more important. And this gives you 3 dimension where you could go up. And then you
yeah,
also even talked about manhole cover.
yeah, man. It fits right in that little spike will fit right in a manhole cover, and then tip it because it's got the curve on it. You can pop open a manhole cover with it, and
Very interesting, and it'll give you that leverage to. Otherwise, it might be stuck or it might be a little heavy. It'll give you that
Mhm.
leverage to pull it up, and you could
Yep,
go right down in there. Very awesome, very awesome. I never, I really like this kind of this multi-feature for sure, and being able to climb places. I wish I had one. I would practice with it, on a tree or something, and see if I could, try to climb this thing. 'Cause I do think it would require some practice, right?
yeah, good forearm strength and hand strength
Hmm.
too.
Yeah, yeah. And okay, so one of the things that now comes to mind is it seems like you would want a glove when you're operating with something like this.
You probably would definitely. Would a glove wouldn't hurt.
Right, right. Especially because if you're gonna be pulling up your whole weight and stuff, yeah. And
Hmm.
then also using it as a grappling hook, that means rope is involved. You don't want to get rope burns or peel off the skin on your hands, on your palms and stuff. So yeah, I think a glove would is highly underrated in a
Yeah,
situation like this. What about throwing? Because the closest thing I have to this is actually this guy, a tomahawk, and
yeah,
that's one of the things that this thing is known for is for throwing. So I guess I guess that's possible, wouldn't you say?
it's possible. I mean, to aim it right, but if you can see the screen right here, you see this green one I'm looking at. How does that look as a throwing?
Okay, I don't see it here. Let's see. Is there a way that it can?
Oh, I think you got me on the main screen right now. Click on your picture of
Okay.
your video camera.
Oh, there we go. I can see it now. Yeah.
There you go. There's this green one here, and there's a that looks like a small. That would be throw. I think that would be a throwable one.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be good too, but it doesn't have all the features the other one has, like the movable blade, and it does have the hole on the bottom, but
Yes.
no, nothing for yeah, bashing them from the back end like
Uh-huh.
these ones do. I
Right,
also
right.
noticed these ones here got a hole on the top. I wonder what you could use that for, maybe even.
Hole on the top. Yeah, you usually
Maybe
the
this.
hole on the top, like right here, I would think that like this has a hole on the top is, to lighten the blade to make
Yeah,
it less heavy, like to skeletonize it.
yeah,
But in this case, this is an actual blade right here, so I could also feel like I could kind of like put my finger through it to, choke up on it to do some more fine work.
yeah, yeah.
So maybe I don't know how much of a blade these things have. So like, can it really cut, or is it more just like, hook? I'm not exactly sure because I never
I
played
think it.
messed around with one.
Yeah, I think it'd be more for poking and sawing because it's got the serrade. You know what I mean?
Right, right. The serrated edge on there. Yeah.
And I'm not sure how far to let you lift that blade up, but if it allows you to lift the blade totally up so it's like straight pull, it almost work as a saw, kind of.
Mm-hmm. I see.
This one
Yeah.
here I'm looking at has two bolts, so this one doesn't look like the blade moves at all on that one. But I have
Mm-hmm.
some that do look like they, yeah, like these ones here.
What are the price point on these things?
I'm not sure. I actually never looked one up, but I definitely, the more we've been talking about it and discussing it, makes me want one
Yeah.
even more.
Well, I'm looking on eBay right now, and I see some. It says $44, not including shipping. Let's see. I see an old school one that's like it's vintage and it's antique. That's $75. Some I see. This one is 119. Um, yeah, they're not cheap.
What do you think? What do you think would be more practical to have? More of one with a straight handle like this, or the curved handle? I'm thinking the
The
curved.
handle wise,
Thinking the curve because you can get more leverage and pull.
yeah, but I think they both have their plus and minus, as with everything. And you know what? Now I'm seeing some right here. Like this ice pick is brand new with tags, and it's 23 bucks free shipping. But no, they're bidding on it, so it's has the potential to go up. So it seems like they start off like at the $50 range, and they go up to 150 or something.
Huh.
So that's what it seems like. Yeah, and that's another thing. If people are not hiking, mountain climbing with this thing, you got to imagine that it can't be that heavy, right?
No, I don't think I think no, I don't think they are that heavy. They can't be.
Yeah, they can't be. They
Depending on the
can't be.
material you use, I'm sure like these newer ones here with a curve are probably not, as much as say
Yeah.
an old wooden one with a big steel pick on the end of it.
Well, that's definitely an appeal right there. That they're not that heavy. Um, yeah, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, it seems like $150 is maybe the average price. The blade itself is costing like maybe close to like 30, 40, maybe $50,
Yeah.
something like that. And I don't know, is it possible to get one for like $50 if you search hard?
That's probably you would be able to, everything when you take time on eBay, you can always find something.
Yeah, something for a good deal. Yeah,
Well,
that's
this picture
definitely
here.
interesting.
Oops, sorry. Do you see this picture here?
Okay, let me
I
see.
just noticed this one picture has some sort of string going through that top hole on the top of it.
Oh, okay.
So that must be for like a handle so you can hang it to your belt and it can hang freely down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, could be. Could
Sort of
be.
hook it to
Um, yeah, I don't know if there's certain instances where they stab into the rock or the ice and they kind of leave it there.
I'm sure you could too, and then use it for a foot brace, you know what I mean? To get up a
Right,
little bit higher.
and then
Put it in,
afterwards you're going to retrieve it, right?
yeah,
So,
yeah. Probably put it
yeah.
in a spike above a little higher and then lower yourself back down, grab it and go
Mm-hmm.
up.
So now, yeah, we're definitely really impressed with this choice, mountain climbing ice pick. Are there any other things that you think is very, very important for a zombie apocalypse type situation?
I think probably the most important thing too. I mean, like having a one tool that's multi-purpose is one thing, but also just having to know, your the land and how to survive off of it and what's good to eat and what's bad to eat. I mean, all these things are really going to play a factor on you
Right,
surviving there. I mean, if you ain't got the strength to swing a sword, you're not going to be any good.
right.
You got to be fed and warm and there's a lot
Yeah,
of stuff with that. So you need tools that kind of can help you in all sorts of way of life, whether it be trying to get foraging for food or defense or scavenging. I think
yeah,
this tool would be great as in a city scavenging. I mean, even if the place doesn't have a fire escape, you might be able to hook up to the second window and then smash your way in. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, for
So
sure.
it gives you a little bit
I think
more.
something that's underrated is it's not a weapon, but binoculars, man. I think
Oh yeah,
that's something I would really want because if we're walking a lot, which I would imagine there's a lot of walking and running, binoculars could really save you a lot of time, right?
hmm
Like if you're going in the wrong direction or There's a bunch of zombies coming over this way, or there's people hiding out over there, you know, with traps and stuff. You might be able to spot that without actually traveling over there and then finding out the hard way. So I think binoculars is, for me, I would think it's a must.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, I'd probably try to avoid as much as I could. I wouldn't want to just run into every situation and trying to hack up zombies. So I would like to have, like, you know, a dumb thing, like a bag of marbles. You know what I mean? You see a zombie, you can throw him behind him and he'll run in the other direction, which gives you a way to get out. You know, try to get
Okay.
your surroundings more to, you know, to avoid conflict would be nice, you know?
Yeah, yeah. When you said marbles, I thought you meant so they could, you know, slip and fall on them like, you know, Home
Oh,
Alone.
no, no. No, it'd be good if it just, you know, throw it at him or throw him behind him and he might turn around to go find that sound, you know, or
Right, right, right. No, no, that's true. If they are, you know, one of those like auditory type of zombies, because
yeah.
you know, all that depends on what kind of zombie, right? What are the
Hmm.
rules of the zombie?
Yeah, if it was like heat or something, or you know, vision like that, I'd want firecrackers or something, blow them off in one direction,
For
you know, and
sure.
I'd go for that.
No, no, that's yeah, that's very true. So yeah, so sometimes the defense aspect is just as important for the offense. It's not just about, you know, weapons. It's that kind of stuff for sure. No, those are
But
very interesting answers.
the
So what do you
machete
think?
though, I have to give credit to your machete idea though too, because one thing the new world's gonna have if there was zombie apocalypse is tree growth everywhere throughout, even suburban areas, city areas. You can have a
Mm,
lot of plants going around. Where I
hmm.
don't know if this would be a good tool to be hacking through jungle or trying to get. If you're running from, say, a herd of zombies and there's thick brush ahead, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? Unless you have
Yeah,
a tool that you can just swipe real fast and clear the way. You know.
right,
Not
right,
to
right.
mention ticks and other, you know, parasites that are hanging on those things that are waiting for you to run through it blindly.
Oh, oh man, yeah, yeah. Don't even talk about that. So, well, I think that's maybe pretty good for tonight, and I hope you guys enjoyed our discussion. This is Wmpyr and uh, Joe Volcanic from Volcanic's Playground. Anything you want to add, Joe?
No, no, definitely. It was great being on the show. I definitely love having these conversations with you. They're awesome.
Yeah, likewise, likewise. Let's definitely do it again. And
Oh
in
yeah.
the meantime, take care, folks.
Take care, everybody.
All right, bye bye.